So he's not just sitting on the sidelines. He's jumping into the political arena with both feet.
It seems that way.
I mean, this raises a whole new set of questions about the role of individuals like Musk in shaping the political landscape.
Yeah.
Is it appropriate for someone with his wealth and influence to be so actively involved in promoting a particular candidate?
Uh-huh.
Does it undermine the democratic process?
It's a debate that's likely to continue long after the election is over.
Most definitely.
But one thing is clear, Musk is a force to be reckoned with.
He is.
And his actions are having a real impact on the political conversation.
And that's why it's so important to understand his motivations,
Yeah.
his arguments, and the potential consequences of his actions.
Absolutely. So now that we've laid the groundwork, let's dive a little deeper into Musk's rationale for supporting Trump and explore those potential consequences.
Okay, let's do it. It's interesting how he contrasts his vision for Tesla with what he sees as the dangers of government overreach.
Yeah.
You know, he talks about creating a culture at Tesla where there are no lords and peasants, everyone eats at the same table,
Yeah.
and has the opportunity to share in the company's success through stock options.
Right. It's almost like he's presenting Tesla as a model for a more equitable society.
Right.
A kind of microcosm of the kind of world he wants to see.
But isn't there a potential contradiction there? I
Mm.
mean, Tesla's still a corporation operating within a capitalist system.
Yeah.
And corporations, by their very nature, are driven by profit.
Right.
So how do you reconcile that drive for profit with the kind of egalitarian society that Musk seems to envision?
That's a really good point, and it's something that critics of Musk often point to, this
Yeah.
idea that he's trying to have it both ways,
Right.
promoting individual freedom while also heading up this massive corporation that wields a lot of power and influence.
Yeah, it's a tension that's inherent in our current economic system,
Uh-huh.
and it's a tension that Musk doesn't seem to fully address.
Right.
He talks about wanting to create a more equitable society,
Yeah.
but his solutions seem to focus primarily on reducing the size and scope of government,
Yeah.
rather than addressing the systemic issues that lead to inequality in the first place.
It's almost like he's saying that if we can just get the government out of the way, then everything else will sort itself out.
Right.
But is it really that simple?
Yeah. Are there other forces at play
Right.
that contribute to inequality and limit individual freedom, even in the absence of government intervention?
That's the question we need to wrestle with, and it's a question that Musk, despite all his brilliance and innovation, doesn't seem to fully grapple with.
It seems like he's very focused on this one solution, shrinking the government.
Yeah.
But what about the other potential threats to freedom?
Like the influence of big tech, for example. I mean, Musk himself is a major player in that world.
He is.
He's made a fortune from companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and X, the platform formerly known as Twitter.
Right.
So, is he truly aware of the ways in which technology can be used to manipulate people, to control information, to shape our choices in subtle but powerful ways?
It's hard to say. On the one hand, he's a tech visionary,
Yeah?
someone who understands the potential of technology to transform our lives for the better.
Right.
But on the other hand, he also seems to have a bit of a blind spot
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the potential downsides of technology,
Right. Okay.
the ways in which it can be used to erode privacy, limit freedom of expression, and even undermine democracy itself.
And what about the role of corporations? We've already touched on this, but it's worth emphasizing.
Yeah,
Corporations wield enormous power in our society,
they do.
and they often use that power to advance their own interests,
Yeah,
even if it means harming individuals or the environment.
right.
So how does Musk reconcile his support for limited government with the reality that corporations often step in to fill the void left by government,
Yeah,
often with less accountability and transparency?
it's a complex issue, and there are no easy answers. Right. But it's a conversation that we need to have, especially in light of Musk's recent statements.
Yeah.
You know, he's painting this picture of a world where individual freedom flourishes when the government steps back.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the other forces that can limit our freedom?
Right.
What about the power of corporations, the influence of technology, the pressure to conform to social norms?
Yeah. Are those not threats to individual freedom as well?
He does seem to have a very individualistic view of freedom, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's all about maximizing personal choice and minimizing external constraints,
Uh-huh.
especially those coming from the government.
Yeah. Right. But what about the responsibilities that come with freedom?
Exactly.
What about the need for collective action to address shared challenges like climate change, poverty, and inequality?
Those are all crucial questions.
Yeah.
And they're questions that Musk's framing of the issue seems to downplay or ignore.
Yeah.
He's so focused on the threat of government overreach
Uh-huh.
that he neglects to consider the other ways in which our freedom can be limited, both by powerful entities and by our own choices and actions.
It's almost like he's presenting this very black and white view of the world.
Right.
Government, bad; individual freedom, good.
Yeah. But isn't reality much more nuanced than that?
Right.
It's not a simple equation.
Right.
There are trade-offs to consider, different perspectives to weigh, and unintended consequences to anticipate.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that freedom is not just the absence of constraints.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the ability to act, to make choices, to shape one's own destiny.
Makes sense.
And that requires more than just shrinking the government.
It requires access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities.
Exactly.
It requires a level playing field where everyone has a fair chance to succeed.
Right.
And it requires a society that values individual rights and freedoms,
Uh-huh.
while also recognizing the need for collective action to address common challenges.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between individual liberty and the common good,
Right.
between personal responsibility and social solidarity.
Uh-huh.
And that's a much more complex and challenging task than simply reducing the size of government.
So does Musk's focus on government size as the primary threat to individual freedom neglect other potential threats?
Yeah.
Or is it a crucial first step towards a more free society?
It's a question worth pondering.
So it seems like he's betting that the potential benefits of shrinking the government outweigh the risks of concentrating power in the hands of corporations or other entities.
It's a gamble, for sure.
Yeah. Is he being naive about the potential downsides, or is he simply willing to take that risk in pursuit of his vision?
It's tough to say what's going on in his head.
Right.
But one thing that's clear is that he has this deep-seated distrust of centralized authority,
Uh-huh.
whether it's coming from the government or any other large institution.
Yeah.
He seems to believe that individuals are better equipped to make decisions about their own lives
Right.
than any bureaucratic system, no matter how well-intentioned it might be.
And that brings us right back to his support for Trump.
Right.
He sees Trump as someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo.
Yeah, to disrupt the system.
Yeah, to take on those entrenched interests that he believes are stifling innovation and limiting individual freedom.
It's a bit of a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah. How so?
He's supporting a powerful individual, a president with a lot of authority,
Uh-huh.
as a way to ultimately reduce the power of government.
Right. It's like using a hammer to build a house of cards or something.
It is a gamble, and it's one that a lot of people find perplexing.
It's a bold strategy for sure.
Yeah.
Only time will tell if it pays off.
Right.
But it raises an interesting question about the role of individuals like Musk in shaping the political landscape.
Yeah, I mean, can a single person, even someone as wealthy and influential as Elon Musk, really sway the course of a nation?
Yeah, or are there these deeper forces at play that ultimately determine the direction of society?
That's a question for the history books, I guess. But what we can say for sure is that his actions are having a real impact on the current political discourse.
Yeah, he's injecting new ideas into the conversation, challenging conventional wisdom, and really forcing people to reconsider their assumptions.
Whether you agree with him or not, he's making people think.
And that's what matters, right? To
Exactly.
engage in critical thinking, to question authority, and to participate in shaping the future we want to see.
Musk might not have all the answers, but he's certainly asking the right questions.
Yeah, he's forcing us to confront some really fundamental questions.
Yeah, like what?
About the role of government in our lives, the balance between individual freedom and collective responsibility, and the challenges of navigating a rapidly changing world.
Yeah, these are questions that are going to continue to resonate long after this election is over.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, we encourage you, the listener, to keep exploring these questions, to challenge your own assumptions, and to engage in these constructive dialogues with those who hold different views.
The future of our society really depends on our ability to engage in these thoughtful, nuanced conversations about the challenges we face.
Musk's perspective on government, Trump, and the future of America may be controversial,
It is.
but it's a perspective that deserves to be heard and considered.
I agree.
By understanding his arguments and the motivations behind them, we can better equip ourselves to navigate this complex political landscape and make informed decisions about the kind of future we want to create.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it sparked some critical thinking and perhaps even some healthy debate. Until next time, keep diving deep.